OBS record. We are recording. Okay. Today, again, as always, we talk about the aliens, the voice in our head. It's real. Everybody has the voice in their head. You have your awakening by the time you're about 30 years old. Everybody has the voice in their head. Today, I wanted to touch on to buy what the bull has to offer. I'm just going to go over that right now because we have to burn this into our head. We have to talk about it. It's what's separating us as a planet, and that's the key. We have to pull this planet together, and that's sort of the thing about today's video. To buy what the bull has to offer towards teaching us about religion. They're known as cow words. These cows are talking about it, but they're predicted to step up and shine so bright that they glow. It's the reason we call this planet global. A limb of the moo is the moo's limb. I'm going to show you how we can get the free housing, the free farming, free house, free water, free power, free cable, free internet, free toys and tools, free medical. This is today's video. I'm going to give you the touchings on it. What I love about Mandani is that New York mayor, he identified, look, people are upset they can't afford their rent, they can't afford the groceries. Ray, Egyptian sun god, Ra Ray, they make sure that food grows. We just got to pay for it in the econ on me. That word grocery. But he got it. He could see that, wow, the most populous city in America, New York, we got people stacked on top of each other, but that's in every major city. But that's where it starts, right? We can see, okay, that's the most populated one. How's that going? Not so well, stacking people on top of each other and overpopulating. And it's only, you go to LA. I was born in Los Angeles. Homeless. It's expanding out. Every city has to deal with it. It's not just Los Angeles. LA County is huge. LA City is huge, but LA County is huge. California itself, it's a warmer state. So where do you go? But let's talk about how we transition out of the economy. It's hundreds of years, but I talk about to buy the bull, right? To buy what the bull has to offer towards God. What I am communicating here today is the exact opposite of a lie. God is real, but they lied to you saying that you're going to hell for being created by God. He's not sending you to hell. Loves you and he always will. At best, you're a smelly, poopy butt diaper baby to God. Oh, stinky little baby. You clean them up. We go off to our next baby body. We go to sleep in this one. We wake up in our next baby body. A limb of the moo is the moo's limb. Baby cow is known as a calf lick. We're not to worship the cow. Remember, not the golden calf. Don't you worship them. They can do miraculous things. The holy cow. Kabbalah, mysticism of Jewish. What we do is we start talking truth. We can't free up the technologies that are really going to make a big difference until we can actually pull this planet together. And we cannot pull the planet together. I'm going to give you the 5-second version, which will go 15 minutes or so. We can't pull this planet together until we start talking about it. If we can't talk about it, if we cannot make that loving decision in an adverse situation, we're dragging children into here, onto this planet, screaming and crying, right? Little babies, we're dragging them in. Because we want to continue our name, because our country's got to have so many. We're a planet. We're humans. There's experiments going on that the aliens are doing to us. Is it freedom that's going to work? Everybody's got a gun. Is it smacking them with a stick? Dictatorship telling them what to do? What's going to work with these humans? What works is educating them in love, having an equality. And it's not about the econ on me. It's not about communism. It's not about Marxism. It's not about socialism. It's about community, doing right by each other, the loving thing. But I wanted to touch on, they have you working your life way. This is the econ on me system, America. And so whatever countries you want to put the econ on me on. They have you working your life away to have water and power, right? Shower in the morning, do your laundry, a roof over your head, which housing is absolutely amazing percentage of a lot of people's pay. Some food, television, video game, internet, right? What are you doing when you come home from work? We're so run down. You do work at home. You're not done working when you get home. Did the kids do their homework? Did you make food? Did you clean up the dishes? Did the laundry get done? Did you pick up around the house? There's still work to be done. But when you're finally done, shaking off the day, getting ready for tomorrow, what are you doing? Television, video game, internet, right? Television, video game, internet, maybe a hobby. Now let's start understanding how we can have it, but we have to start the transition. But always remember, we're not going to free up the technologies and the things that are really going to make life-changing events for the human until we can pull this planet together. We have to start talking that the truth, that the voice in our head is real. The aliens are here. They've been guiding us from caveman baby. We have to remember that we have to reduce the population, because what do they use to separate us? Religion. God is real. Don't ever forget that. The devil is the level above. It's not a singular. It's the level, literally a physical level above. The monkey, we do whatever we want to these chimpanzees. As a species, we feel they're beneath us and we'll do whatever the hell we want. Don't ever forget that when I talk about farming. Because if you're okay with encaging a cow and a pig, goat, whatever it is that you eat, in these factories that we end up feeding and stealing milk from and killing, if you're okay with the horrible conditions and just the you are ours and we're going to do whatever we want to you, fact of that, you have just opened the door huge to the aliens saying, well, guess what we can do to you? We can put a bridle on your mouth, ride you like a human pony. Don't forget that. Oh, but what's he talking about? No more meat? We do not have to kill another being. And when you understand we're going through multiple lifetimes, we're born a bit wild, ild. We're born a bit wild. Why are we ill? Why are we making sick decisions at times? Well, because we're going through the evolution from animal to spiritual, the school of life, learning to love. If you can't grasp this concept of how we're enslaving the level beneath us, it's sad and ill to put a sad ill on a horse. Everybody used to have a horse. We got the bride ill, right? The woman is not ours to tell what to do and to guide. You're going to go this way, woman. We got that part, but we're still having to learn the sad ill to put a saddle on a horse. If you can't grasp that concept, we're still human monkey that they deserve to put a bridle in our mouth. We have to grow up. This is Reformation days. This is Martin Luther. When I talk about Christ was real, just alien enhanced, what a mess. And Messiah, they taught us. I still cross myself today. And if I want to pray in Christ's name, there's no problem for me to pray in a name that God knows that I'm praying to him. Anything that helps you nurture a relationship with God, Christ was real, just happened to be alien enhanced. Teaches us beautiful loving lessons. But what a mess and you told them that God's love is conditional to something? God's love is never conditional. So that's the Messiah. What a mess you created. That's what we have to clean up, that mess. They taught us, but why did they create that mess? Because we're overpopulating like locusts and they have to keep the button on the thumb of war. And what do you use? Even if they become the best people on the planet in their region, religion. Okay, you can thank them later for helping us nurture a relationship with God and thinning the herd. Starvation takes about 3 weeks. 2 weeks into that, you're looking for a place to jump, right? Let's start talking about the good stuff. So how do we transition? Again, they got you working away your life to have water, power, electricity. Getting home from work, you want to have a place, a television, right? A smartphone. Let's start with those. India, $5 smartphone, right? Technology's cheap. We're talking about transistors, diodes, potentiometers, little tiny things. I'm going to try a new thing. Look, I'm new at this. I'm going to switch this on and I'm going to switch this off. And now I'm going to try to find where I do this from. Hopefully this is recording because all I'm seeing is the web page. Look at it move. Look at it move. This is a component pick and place machine. Now, what the heck is this? Here, this gentleman right here. Imagine that thing in front of him is a smartphone. This thing right here is, these things right here, these are putting in little tiny components of design, diodes, resistors, transistors. Let's say this is a smartphone. It's taking diodes, transistors, and resistors from this part right here, and it's feeding it into this. What? Here's a little smart. It looks like a smartphone right here. It's you can't see me, but I'm. What it does, if I can switch back to the other thing, and we go to here and take that off, what it does is it pulls in components to diodes, resistors, transistors, and it's populating that green board. That's called a component pick and place machine. What does it do? It grabs components and it picks them and it places them on a printed circuit board. Well, how would we make a printed circuit board? We can print them. We print them out. We're living in such an amazing technological day and age. Remember, corporate. Corporate was us, that's us. But it's us learning. So we had to eat from the lower level, the ones at the bottom who are having to trudge all day, work, blacksmith and such, while some were learning as royalty in universities. So they got to learn while we were making their spoons and cupboard latches and whatever they're called, hinges. Some people had time to study the curiosities, and some were just working away. Most farming, doing whatever. But that developed into universities where we started sharing that knowledge. That developed into people learning things, and then corporate. All of it is corporate because we're the core. The poor is the planet, all of us. But we were eating from ourselves and hurting ourselves, the economy, to feed it so it can learn more and then we can benefit. We no longer benefit as much from it. Now they're going to keep all those technologies I was talking about. We're not going to free up the technologies until we can learn to get along as a planet. Right now, we see all those other humans as an enemy. We don't have enemies, we have an enemy, and the enemy will always try to pit you against each other. That's their devil shoulder side. But they're always going to leave that door open, the angel shoulder side. They're both, always both, angel and the devil on the shoulder. We have to stand up. An excellent in front of you right now, angel and devil on the shoulder is, the devil shoulder saying, don't you dare talk about the voice in your head. Don't you do it. Yet we've learned through religion and just how to do it right, they want you to take care of your obligations, your family. Well, how are you taking care of your child? By not talking about it. That's the conflict you're going through. Oh, I would love to help my child. I would love to be able to, I'm going to switch the screen here. How about some free housing? What the hell is he talking about? Free housing. Excuse my language. Let's go to this right here. And that was the thing. Let's go to an ecodome. Now, this isn't the absolute best way of doing it. I'm looking at the camera as if you can see me. But this is to get started. Literally dirt cheap. We're making housing. Imagine if you get 25 people. A weekend, you could bag this up. Right? You plaster it another weekend. You put in the PEX tubing and the Romex electrical, a little solar. In 2 weekends, in a year, all of you have that, at least for your child, right? Something your child, a place they could live, right? Who doesn't want that for their child? I wanted to touch on Linacre. This is literally sucking the water right out of the ground. This is sort of a good representation of what he's doing. He's condensing water with a consistent temperature underground and a dew point from ambient air to the condensing and then condensing and then coming into there. Let me go back to this, and I'm going to go back to OBS. Let me see if I can do this, do that, and make that go away. So it's great. Yeah, we can free up the iPhone, right? Those crappy old, excuse my language, those unfunctioning iPhone 15, right? They work fine, they're great, but they're not selling those anymore, really. So we free up some IP. We, the people, make change. It's not the government that's going to do it. We have to put people in there that are going to represent us. We, the people, make change. So it's freeing up intellectual property, starting the transition. 10,000 people living out in the desert, starting with tents. We build a farm a week for people. You grow your food. Remember, flavor. It's all about flavor. People like flavor. It's going to sound like, man, he's talking about growing my own food. I'm talking about making a planet where your children have a brighter future once it's built out. Right now, in the beginning, it's rough and it's clunky. That's why I say it takes a couple hundred years to transition out. I am honestly, I look at the event of Burning Man, right? People will go out to the desert, get crazy. People enjoy that sometimes. Do it responsibly, drive home safe, right? But what about people doing that, going out to the desert, having a festival, but then actually putting 2 hours, 4 hours in the morning, right? You're waking up, building an eco-dome, learning how a 3D printed house is built, right? Building one. I'm talking about buying 1,000 acres, 100,000 acres of a desert land. And every year, how many homes can we build? Some people will only put an hour in. Some people won't put any time in. Some people will put half a day in. But building these housing and then just giving them away, right? Have a lottery. Burning Man makes millions. Well, how about each year buying some land and then putting some into some construction equipment and rentals and bags, building these things up? How's about building communities, starting from that? As we start moving forward, talking with Walmart, working with Home Depot, right? Companies who do the sandbags and the rebar and the barbed wire that you use for these things, PEX and Romex, solar panels, it's cisterns, right? Water collection. It's an amazing day and age we live in, but we cannot start freeing up these technologies and communities. The aliens are twisting my tongue. Until we pull together as a planet. It's not about tune in, turn on, and drop out. You have to stay connected. And you have to be responsible, a balance of work and play responsibly, right? The hippies just wanted to play all day. That's why the hippie movement, it was about peace and love, but they wanted to drop out of the system. We have to transition out. It's staying connected. It's knowing that in Spain, they, it's on the island, it's on Africa, right? It's a little piece of Africa up in the top east. It's really Africa, but it's been Spain since 1500s. They just, thousands upon thousands. When I say thousands, somebody said 50,000. I don't know that it was 50,000. 5,000 rushed into this spot in Spain and just took it over. People are hurting on this planet, and they can't. You might be upset that nothing's made in America anymore. You want to keep your neighbors fed. This is a world, is a neighborhood. You want to make sure that your neighbors get fed. China has 1.3 billion. India has 1.3 billion. We got 333. You want to make sure that your neighbors are fed so that they don't come picking from your tree or breaking down your door in the middle of the night. Okay? We had better start making a better future for our children. And it starts with talking about the truth, the voice in our head. If you can't do that, oh my goodness, we're just selling the children out. We're throwing away their futures. I'm going to leave it right there for today. The bull, the alien race. We have to start talking about the truth, the voice in our head. We're all praying to the same God. Catholic, to buy what the bull has to offer. A limb of the moo is a moo's limb. Cowbull law. Kabbalah. Taurus, the bull. The Torah. Tanner knocking, when you understand. Okay, I love to everybody. Love all. This is where we have to come from. Truly love all, just not all they do. We teach too much hate. So please, love all, not all they do. Once we identify a threat to the herd, we separate them. Always do the right thing by the innocent. But we have to start exercising love. And we can start by talking about the truth that there's a voice in our head. These aliens are here. They're running the show. And we have to stand them down. Take that little slap. All right. Love all, not all they do. Peace to you.